Alara, do you know where the milk I put in the fridge went? I was saving it for my coffee.
Beats me.
That's my seat, you know.
How much?
Huh?
How much do you want for it? I'll pay your asking price. Well?
You gotta be kidding. Fine. Just keep sitting there.
I will.
Huh? Someone's coming. I wasn't expecting guests today. Right this way.
I guess we're just getting straight into it. Welcome everybody back to Raincode. Welcome to the Halara DLC.
Pleased to meet you.
It wasn't like I was expecting like one of the
That's just one of our
like
detectives.
title cards,
Oh, excuse
but
me.
apparently not.
Your detective
Or at
was
least
sitting
not
at
yet.
his desk here, so I assumed.
I was gonna introduce
My seat
everything
gets stolen
then,
the
but
moment I leave it open. Let's sit down.
I was told you investigate murders.
A murder case. It's possible for us to handle it, but what we can or can't do depends on whether or not the peacekeepers have already gone through it.
I see.
Well, I don't really know
My father
what
passed away in a rather
is going
bizarre
on.
manner. The peacekeepers declared it was an accidental death.
Accidental.
I just can't believe it was an accident.
The peacekeepers usually try to declare any unnatural deaths as accidents. Why do you suspect that it wasn't one?
My father kept tropical fish as a hobby. One morning, he was found dead, drowned with his head stuck in the fish tank. Do you really think that could be an accident?
Yeah, probably not.
He drowned with his head stuck in a fish tank? Can you describe the situation?
The fish tank is set rather low, so you can view it from above. My father was in a kneeling position, with his head dunked into the water.
Why would that be an accidental death?
That sure is bizarre. What did the peacekeepers have to say?
Absolutely nothing
They say
of
he was
use.
electrocuted, and passed out when he touched the temperature control switch with wet hands. And he fell into the water and drowned, unfortunately.
Are you sure the cause of death was drowning?
Yes, that appears to be the case without a doubt. A trustworthy doctor did the autopsy.
Okay.
I see. From what you've said, you can't really deny that it could have been an accident.
No, the problem is the room where my father passed away. It was obvious that someone else had rummaged around.
What do you mean?
Fair enough.
Well, the room has lots of tropical fish tanks lined up.
But there were no
On the
fish
day my
inside.
father died,
Oh my god, I
all of
was
them were
right.
shattered to pieces. And of course there was water and dead fish all over the floor.
Why would you shatter them all though?
Someone must have forced their way into the room to do something so terrible. I believe my father was murdered by whoever did that.
Fair enough.
This must be a murder. Please uncover the truth of my father's death.
Yeah, okay.
What do you think, Halara?
Beats me. I wasn't paying attention.
Seriously?
Don't lie. There's no way you couldn't hear us.
You can assume I don't
There's a
exist,
difference.
unless pay is involved.
I can pay. My father left me an
Oh.
inheritance.
Damn.
Oh, don't mind my detective. Our rates are always reasonable here.
Then you'll investigate this case on my behalf?
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, of course. As detectives sworn to protect this town, we
softy.
can't leave any mysteries unsolved.
I mean, you're not doing anything, so you might as well.
I'm so happy I worked up the courage to come here.
The Nocturnal Detective Agency is here to protect the peace of Kanai Ward. You can always count on us.
Hell yeah.
As for investigating this case, we'll check out the crime scene soon. Promise.
This is Halara's episode, which means we get to play as Halara, hopefully. Or investigate with Halara's special forte.
Jeez.
That was rather reckless of you to promise.
What?
It's not like I have a choice. I can't just abandon people in need.
Hell yeah.
I'm
He gets
Yoko
it.
Furio, chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency. I gotta protect this town.
Do you even have a single lead to solve this case?
No, but if we go to the thing, we
Of
can
course.
investigate.
I'm a detective after all.
Then what is it?
If I proceed with the investigation, I'm sure I can find some kind of clue.
Exactly. That's the
But
kind of
I'll need
thinking
your
you
help,
need.
Halara.
That depends on the payment.
Oh my god, really?
You know I don't have a lot of money.
And you know that I don't work for cheap.
Then, how about a deal instead?
You get my chair.
What deal?
If you solve this case, I'll let you keep a cat here.
What? He knows.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yes, really.
Oh, they're off.
Hey,
Awesome.
Where are you going?
To the crime scene.
Hell
Hold
yeah.
on. The client just left. Why don't you wait until tomorrow?
Cat.
Fine. I shall review the
What?
case's records
Oh.
until then.
Aw.
Alara's fee is cheaper than I thought.
I don't know. A cat's pretty expensive. I should know. Oh, here it is. Raining cats and dogs. But there's fish involved. Okay. I'm assuming this is the crime scene. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. You really are willing to investigate the case.
No shit.
Well, that's our duty at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
So do we get to actually investigate the crime
Your
scene?
house is pretty big. Your father must have been well off.
Yes. My father owned a medical devices company.
Oh.
He contributed to Kanai Ward's medical advancements for years. I simply
Awesome.
can't believe he met his end like this.
I was about to say, what the hell? What the hell are those two things on the floor? That's probably where
I am in your
bro
debt.
died, kneeled
This
over
is
in a
my
fish tank.
fiancé, Jaren. We've been living together for about a year now.
Oh.
Nice to meet you. I'd like to ask you more about the details later, but can we take a look at the scene for now? Oh, before that, do you have a photo of your father?
Oh yeah, please.
Of course. Here's a picture from when he was still alive.
Here's a
Thank you.
photo.
Alara, over here. I'll leave the investigation to you. It's a bit too cramped for all of us to be wandering about.
Good idea.
I'll keep speaking to them outside. Talk to me when you're done.
Understood. Now, time to review the cards I've been dealt.
Hell yeah. Time to investigate. Oh boy.
You definitely want to remember this.
Yes, I know how to use my clue notebook. Alright. Investigation. The floor.
Right.
There's some stains on the floor. It's likely due to the water spilled from the fish tanks. Other than that, nothing else seems suspicious. I mean, fair enough. Fish keeping equipment.
I see.
The equipment and food for the tropical fish are placed together. Seems like nothing has been used since the incident. There's some dust. How long ago was the incident if there's dust on the things? Broken fish tank. Oh, okay. Why would they break all the fish tanks?
All of the fish tanks have been shattered.
Yeah,
There's
I can
broken
see
glass
that.
scattered on the inside, which means it's certain someone smashed it inward. Why would someone do this?
Yeah, that's my question. We don't have a motive yet. Is the door wet? Like, what is that? What's with the marks on the walls?
There is a sticky substance stuck to the door frame. Perhaps tape residue?
on the door frame. Was the whole place flooded? Was this entire room flooded? Because, like, what's with the marks on the walls? Oh, did I investigate the vent?
It's
No.
a regular sliding window with a crescent lock. There are no suspicious marks on it.
Okay.
There's a small veranda outside. We're on the second floor, so any rain that falls off the eaves flows to the drain.
Can I go outside and investigate the drain? Okay. Oh, okay. There's no trace of anything suspicious on the window. Doesn't look like it's connected to the case. What do you mean? What do you mean nothing suspicious on the window? There's an obvious line mark right there. Alright, let's investigate the vent.
An ordinary vent.
It's very small.
There's some blue paint on the inner side of the frame. Looks
Blue
like
paint?
something rubbed against it. This may have something to do with the case.
Why would there be blue paint on the vent? Wall stains.
What is this? There's a stain here that looks like a horizontal line.
Yeah, and it goes across the whole
Upon
fucking
close
area.
inspection, there appears to be a faint outline of the same stain along all 4 walls.
Yeah. So something must have been. Oh, I'm investigating the I've investigated the things of note, but. Oh, okay, yeah. I have a feeling that the entire room was like flooded or something, and washed away any sort of evidence. But I have no clue why they would do
That's
this.
about all I can investigate for now.
Oh.
I should go talk to our clients before I observe the crime scene at the time the body was discovered.
Yes.
The crime scene has been inspected, Chief.
Thanks.
There are a few things I'd like to confirm.
Yes, please ask me anything.
Oh.
Can you give me the details of when you discovered the body?
Yes.
It
Give me
was-
anything.
I think around 6 in the morning. My father usually woke up early for breakfast, but when I went to get him, he wasn't in his room. So I looked around and noticed Sugar barking at this room.
Sugar?
Sugar?
The dog?
That's the name of our dog.
You got a dog. What? They got a dog in here. Hey, buddy.
Sugar sure is happy. She's rarely friendly with anyone.
She barks at me all the time.
There.
Were you the first to investigate the crime scene, Sugar?
Oh, sorry. Sugar was barking in front of the room, so I opened the door to take a look. There I saw my father. His head was in the fish tank. He was already gone.
I heard her scream and ran over. But what I saw took my breath away. The fish tanks were all destroyed, and the floor was covered with water. All the tropical fish Father loved were scattered across the floor, dead.
Jesus.
Were they valuable?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
I don't know how much they were worth, but the fact is, my father cared for them a great deal.
If the fish were expensive, do you think someone tried to steal them?
Probably not,
Are
considering
you
they were all
implying
dead.
My father's murder was an afterthought?
Well, I'm just considering possibilities. If they were going to steal the fish, I doubt they'd smash the tanks.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do you know the estimated time of death for the victim?
I believe
I was
it
about to say
around
10
10 o'clock
p.m..
the night before.
There's no way.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
Probably
Right around
8.
7
Oh,
that
I
night.
was close.
I ate dinner with him. He went to his room after that.
Okay, 10 p.m.
Does anyone else live here?
It's just me and him now. The servant left after making dinner before 7.
The servant.
What were you doing around 10 that night?
Sleeping?
After finishing dinner with my father, I did some cleaning and washed the dishes. Jaren came to the dining hall around 8 for dinner. And then we watched TV in the living room until around midnight.
Yes.
Damn.
I know for certain we were together between 8 and midnight.
So it's
Did you
not
ever
him.
Get up during that time.
Damn.
Such as to go to the bathroom.
I don't think so.
4
Were
hours.
there any screams or sounds of a struggle around 10 at night?
I mean, you probably wouldn't
No,
know that. You were
not
watching
at all.
TV.
I
Right?
see. That leaves me wondering who entered that room, when they did, and why they smashed all the fish tanks. The fish tanks
knows?
are large and have thick glass. You'd think you'd hear them being smashed.
Not if they were underwater.
All I know for certain is that we didn't hear anything like that.
Do you often come in and out of this room?
No.
Not at all. Only my father used this room.
What did the
What's under the
peacekeepers
rug,
have to
though?
say when they saw the state of things in the room?
Fucking
They
nothing.
said my father was stressed out. That he lost control and smashed all the tanks himself.
Why would he do that?
Was he actually stressed out?
Hell no.
Truth be told, my father was lamenting over a prized tropical fish he had accidentally killed that morning.
I mean, that's not gonna...
He could have done something extreme, given how much he regretted his mistake.
No.
He did look rather depressed.
Still, my mild-mannered father would never do something like this.
You'd hope
Did
not.
you notice anything strange about your father during dinner?
He was sad about the fish, but he ate normally. I didn't notice anything in particular.
It's hard to think he was so distraught that he'd smash all the tanks on his own.
Yeah, I doubt
Right.
it.
But that's what the peacekeepers told us happened.
Yeah, and they fucking
I'll
lie.
take another look around. For now, I'd like to ask you to leave the room.
It's time for...
So you're gonna do
What
that
is it?
thing,
Post-cognition? I don't
Counting
remember
on you.
what it's called.
Let's wait outside.
But it's sick as hell. Baby. What is it called? Is it post-cognition? I don't remember. It's been so
Trump
long.
card is still face down.
Hmm?
Time to use my post-cognition.
I
to see
guess.
how
I
things
mean,
were at the time the body was
I thought
first
it was.
discovered.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Alright, what's... Oh, okay. Everything's a mess. The door was open. Looks like there was stuff on the floor. What's with the tape? What's with the vent, I guess? Is there anything in the vent?
The paint stuck on the frame can be seen here.
Rubber mark? No, okay, so it was there during the crime scene.
Hmm.
Seems the stains on the wall were present when the body was found. No, the stains are darker than they are currently. Does that mean they were made around this time? Yes. Guaranteed. Window. So it was, I was gonna say it's not
Anyone
locked.
can go through here. Perhaps this is how the culprit entered the place.
Probably. Most likely. Oh, fish!
There's a dead tropical fish in the drain on the veranda.
No, Nemo!
Why would that be there?
Because it was filled up and then they drained it using the veranda and all of the water went out the drain. I can tell you that much. The floor looks very wet.
There are dead tropical fish everywhere. The whole floor is completely drenched.
I mean, yeah, we kind of knew that already. Fish keeping equipment is on the floor.
I see.
At the time the body was found, many things were scattered around. Could this sort of mess be caused by just a broken fish tank? I don't know. Good question. Probably not.
I see.
All tanks seem to have been smashed inwards. There's not much difference from the room in its present state. I mean, this light was knocked over. They open the door. Even in post-cognition, trace of a sticky substance are on the frame. Was some kind of tape stuck on? Yeah, waterproofing. You know, making sure no water gets through. That makes the most sense.
The
And
victim's body is kneeling against the edge of a fish tank, with his head inside. Like the other tanks, this one is smashed up too. Looking closely, he is soaking wet.
the whole thing, the whole
It
body.
makes sense if it was just his upper body, but for his whole body to be soaked is unusual.
Yeah, thought so. Rode around in the room.
I'm beginning to see the truth behind this case. That's all the investigating I need to do for now.
Oh, okay. I feel like I know exactly what's happened as well.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Hey, Sugar. Yo, Bolt? Wait, what is that?
The dog has something in her mouth.
Hey, Sugar!
What's this?
The tube?
That's Sugar's favorite toy. It's just a rubber hose tied up in a knot.
There's blue paint on it,
Ever
though.
since she was a puppy, Sugar has loved playing tug of war with a rubber hose.
Hmm.
So I still make toys out of hoses like this. But I don't think I made one for her recently. Where did she get it from?
Rubber hose from the vent?
Wow, that's interesting. Let me take a look.
Wait, don't touch it.
Yeah, don't.
What's wrong?
Put that in a plastic bag without touching it directly. I believe it's evidence.
It's 100% evidence.
That's evidence?
It's got blue fucking...
Consider it a precaution.
blue tape on it or whatever, right? It looks...
How's
That
the
must be
investigation
how the
going?
water got in the room from the vent,
Are the peacekeepers right?
right?
Did my father pass away due to an accident?
Probably not.
Or was it...
The answer is clear. This was no accident, but a murder.
Yeah, thought so.
Really?
What makes you think it's a murder?
Are you serious?
My thinking.
Must be a murder because of the fish tanks, right? Or the walls? No, the wall. Wait, huh? What am I supposed to say? The fish tanks, right? It's all smashed in, right? Oh fuck! What do I say? I mean, the window was open. I'll say the window because it was open, right?
No, it's not enough to
Oh wait, yeah. Wait, hold on. What? The walls? Wet?
No.
What am I... Is it the fish tanks are shattered? I'm confused.
The victim
Yeah.
died with
I
his
thought
head in
so,
the
but
fish
that...
tank. Is that right?
I was like, what? Yeah, he couldn't have drowned if the
That is
things
so-
were shattered.
As you can see, this fish tank was destroyed like all the others. That is far too strange. It means something logically impossible occurred.
You can't drown in an empty fish tank.
Possible? What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain it. If the victim drowned with his head in the tank, then it had to be filled with water. But as you can see, the fish tank is destroyed, meaning it is unable to contain water.
Yeah.
Like with the other tanks, the water spilled out when it was smashed, emptying it. So how could the victim drown in a fish tank that held no water?
Exactly.
Well, now that you mention it,
Oh, yeah.
The peacekeepers
He's like,
claimed the victim was
"Oh."
disoriented and smashed the fish tanks himself. But if the victim was still alive when he smashed the fish tanks, it would have been impossible for him to have drowned. In other words, the victim was drowned, then placed next to the fish tank to make it seem like an accident.
Yeah.
The culprit must have believed this camouflage would be enough to fool the peacekeepers.
I mean, it did.
So my father was murdered.
Yes, there is no mistake about it. This is murder.
Yeah?
hold on.
You mean hold
If
on?
the culprit wanted to make the victim look like he drowned, why did they destroy the fish tank? Didn't they realize their cover would be blown? And plus, all the fish tanks were destroyed, not just that one.
They could have just
It
been
must have
destroyed
been
in the
part of their
scuffle.
plan for the peacekeepers to overlook this contradiction. However, Destroying the tanks required a lot of effort. If the culprit did so despite the contradiction it created,
Blood?
then we have to assume there was an unavoidable reason behind it.
The glass, did the glass get swept away in the water? Because
So,
where's all the
who
glass
is the
or
culprit?
whatever?
I must investigate further to find that out. I'll report back once I find the answer.
Hmm.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Has
why
anyone
would they
outside your
do it?
family entered or left the house recently?
I don't think so.
Were there any tradesmen who came to work on your place?
I can't think of any.
Allow me to change the question. Have you recently done any remodeling or repairs to the home?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Oh, yeah.
The rain gutters on the roof were broken, so Jaren fixed them.
Oh?
He fixed the rain gutters?
Yes, he's an avid DIYer. He
Hmm.
not only fixed the broken parts, but also checked the gutters around the whole building, which was a lot of work.
Interesting.
I see. That concludes my investigation.
Murder.
What? Are you
I-
sure that's enough?
I suspected
Jeez, you're always off.
the guy, but when he
Sorry
said he
about
was
that.
in front of TV,
Our ace detective
that was
isn't
good
very
motive.
friendly.
Or not good motive,
That being
good
said,
alibi.
I believe this case will be solved soon. Please be patient for just a bit.
But
longer.
now, with the evidence I've gotten, it's pretty obvious.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm finished investigating? Damn. Why are we back here?
Alara, just as you suspected, it could be the fiancé.
Yeah.
Jaren has been living in the client's home and mooching off her since he got fired from his job a year back.
Oh, damn. Okay.
He's
I
in
was
quite a lot of
right.
debt, too. At one point, he was spending almost all his time in casinos.
Oh.
He kept asking the client's father for money, but was always denied. Seems the father was also against their marriage.
Yeah.
So money is the motive.
As always,
If the father were to die,
the daughter would inherit.
everything.
Yep.
So if he married her, the money would be his.
Classic.
Makes sense. The thing is, that man has an alibi.
Not
The
exactly.
victim's estimated time of death is 10 at night. There's no mistake that Jaren was with the client at that time.
But
It makes
there
no
is a
sense
way.
to suspect Tetra, since she's our client. So we have to assume his alibi is airtight.
Not really.
I agree.
His
Well,
alibi
can you-
is perfect.
Can you
Not
determine the
only was
cause
he
of
with
death?
Tetra at 10, but he was
Maybe?
also with her for 2 hours before and after. So, as it stands,
Seriously?
it's impossible for him to have killed the victim.
I mean,
The
no.
alibi isn't a problem. It's possible if a certain trick was used.
Exactly.
A trick?
But I still lack hard evidence.
Oh my god,
Perhaps
really?
It's worth rolling the dice here.
No, I
Hey,
literally have an idea,
sure
right?
about this?
He connected the
We'll make
gutters
our move
using
tonight.
the rubber
Let's
hose
go with the client.
into the vent, and it drained all of the water from the drains into the room, and he drowned in the room. And that's why. And like it was locked, yada yada yada. There was tape on the door to stop him from, like, stop the water getting through. It's so obvious. Well, I mean, it's not obvious because the characters don't get it. Why? Okay, we're just back. Yeah, look how close the vent is to the place.
Is it true that you know the truth behind this case?
Oh yeah, I definitely know the
That's
truth
right,
behind the
miss.
case.
Allow me to explain. The key detail for this case is the victim's cause of death.
Yeah, the drowning.
Without a doubt, the victim died by drowning. But making it look like he drowned in the fish tank was camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
Why would such a thing even be needed? Because it secured the killer's alibi.
Yep.
You said that the victim's time of death was around 10 p.m. In other words, the culprit secured their alibi at the same time as they murdered the victim. Is that
Because it
really
was a
possible?
passive murder.
Through a
They
certain
don't have to
trick,
be in the room.
It was possible to drown the victim even if the culprit wasn't there.
Drown him without being there?
The trick
Yeah.
the culprit used was...
A rubber hose. Yeah. Yeah, flooded the room.
First, it involves this rubber hose.
That's Sugar's toy.
Well, not
If you
necessarily.
untie the knot, it returns to being a hose. This was what was first used in the crime.
How was it used?
What do you
Don't
mean, how
tell
was
me
it
that's
used?
the murder weapon.
Technically.
If you check the vent, you'll see
Yep, the
the
color of paint scraped on there.
matches the hose. It
Mm-hmm.
was likely passed through the vent.
And into the drain.
Someone put
Well,
the
the,
hose in
you
the
know.
vent. Why would anyone do that?
Because look what's right next to the
It's
vent.
nothing special. The hose was simply used for its original purpose.
Moving water.
Its original purpose?
One end of the hose was placed on the edge of the rain gutter on the veranda side.
Exactly.
Prior to this, the culprit adjusted the rain gutter so that the hose could be inserted into it. The rainwater from the gutter passed through the hose, filling the room.
That's crazy.
Huh? What do you mean? Hilari, you think this place got flooded with rainwater?
Yes, you can
That would
see the
drench
marks on the wall.
whole place.
Yes.
When the body was found, the room was, in fact, drenched.
But that was because of the broken fish tanks, right?
No. Look at the
That's part of
fucking
it.
marks on the wall,
But
dude.
The main reason was due to rainwater pouring into the enclosed room.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh my god,
What's
dude.
the point in flooding this room with rainwater?
To drown the...
The culprit's goal
Oh my
was to
God,
secure
seriously?
their own alibi at the estimated time of death. This trick was necessary for that.
I don't get it. Can you explain from the beginning?
Let's go
Really?
over what the culprit did on the day of the crime in order.
Why don't you get it?
First, the culprit mixed sleeping pills into the victim's dinner.
I love how
While the
Hilari's just
victim was
looking
asleep,
right at
the culprit
him.
proceeded to prepare the trick.
Yep.
Sleeping pills in his food?
Yeah.
That reminds me. My father did seem sleepy shortly after eating dinner.
After dinner, the victim likely went to his room to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
The culprit then sneaked into his room and carried him out while he was asleep. That was how the victim was transported to this room.
Face up. Face down.
You're sure he was still alive?
Of course. If the culprit murdered the victim earlier, then their alibi wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
The culprit had to murder him in such a way that would secure their alibi. The preparations were done in this room.
Taped up the door to make sure no
After
water got
bringing
through.
The victim here, the culprit used duct tape on the gap near the door to weather strip it.
Yep.
Weather strip? What's that?
It prevents water from
Prevents
going
water
through.
from leaking outside.
What do you mean?
What do you
Let me
mean?
explain.
How does that make no sense?
After weather stripping the door, the culprit started destroying the fish tanks. The culprit likely covered them with cloth to dampen the noise.
Yeah.
Once he smashed all of them, he leaned the victim onto the fish tank. The culprit then moved to the window on the veranda and weather stripped the outside of it. Finally, they took the hose connected to the rain gutter and passed it through the vent to the inside of the room.
Yep.
Preparations in place, the culprit left through the veranda and returned to the mansion as if nothing had happened.
Exactly.
How does that complete everything? The victim was still alive at the time, right?
Seriously?
When was he murdered?
You know the answer to
The
that.
victim
10 p.m.
naturally drowned after being left alone for several hours.
Huh? How's that?
Seriously?
Rainwater
I
from
thought you were a
the hose
detective.
flooded the room in a few hours. The whole room was turned into a fish tank, this time filled with rainwater. And that is how the victim drowned.
Yep.
The whole room was flooded?
You can see the aftermath on the walls.
Can't be!
Seriously?
The proof lies in the stained walls.
Yeah.
The day of the murder, the room must have been filled to that line with rainwater.
Rainwater killed the victim?
Yes.
Correct. Only in this city could such an approach be possible.
The city that rains
The rain never
24/7.
stops in Kanai Ward. This makes it easy to estimate the amount of rainfall to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So it is not impossible to create this alibi trick with some calculation.
Interesting.
I think that's a bit of a stretch. Wouldn't it take at least half a day for the room to fill with enough rainwater to drown the victim?
No, they got
I'm sure it would require
gutters.
more rainwater than usual to accomplish it. Which means you'd need to gather all the rain falling around this giant mansion.
They got the gutters.
After all of it, how?
Seriously.
It would require slight adjustments to the rain gutters. After that, the rainwater would flow to the veranda.
Adjustments to the rain gutters?
Do you not get it yet?
There would
We're
be plenty of
accusing
water if all
your
of the rain that
fiancé,
falls upon the mansion is rerouted
Or
to
whatever
this
they
room.
are.
That explains how the culprit secured their alibi while drowning the victim. In the morning, before the body was found, they removed the weather stripping and drained the water through the veranda.
Yep.
If you check the drain in the veranda,
You'll find
you
a
should
dead
find
fish.
dead tropical fish that were carried out with the rainwater. The culprit smashed the tanks beforehand to prevent rainwater from being stored inside.
Ah.
Well, that's how I would have done it. But maybe the culprit didn't realize that before they started draining the water. Seeing the fish tanks filled with rainwater, the culprit panicked and smashed all of the glass to hide the evidence. They must have carelessly broken the one fish tank the corpse was leaning on in the process.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it went, Jaren?
Yep.
I'll be direct. You are the culprit.
Got him.
Hold on. Is this some kind of joke?
I mean, to be fair,
Why would I kill my father-in-law? That's stupid.
we have no proof that
But
he was doing
we were
anything.
fixing the rain gutters a few days before the incident.
Yeah.
That's because you asked me to fix them. How does fixing some stuff pin me as the culprit?
Well, I mean, it's not
That's
just
crazy
fixing
talk.
stuff.
So you intend on maintaining that you're not the culprit?
I mean,
Of course.
I was gonna say, of course, right?
Then we'll have to ask our little friend for the answer. Come here,
A
sugar.
dog barking at the culprit.
This is the rubber hose used for the trick. There are scrapes on its surface. That's the proof. I'm sure the culprit tried to dispose of it, tying it into a knot before throwing it away. But
Yo.
our friend here found it for us. Good girl, sugar. Only the culprit has directly touched the rubber hose. I'm certain his scent is still on it.
Yo.
Tell us, sugar, who do you smell on this?
Yep.
So, it is you.
Haha. Dog moment.
This is complete nonsense. I won't accept it.
I mean, it probably also has your
If I
fingerprints on
have
it.
to,
Hmm?
I'll kill all of you.
Seriously?
Hey, don't tell me that you're really
Hello, get this man.
so close to getting all that money.
Where did you... Oh, shit.
Calm down. Hey, why me? I can kill the woman anytime.
Seriously?
I'll start off with you. Damn you, detectives. This is your
Get his ass!
for sticking your nose into my life.
Can you handle this on your own, Chief?
No.
I'm pretty bad at this sort of thing. Please help. Shut up. I'll kill
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the coin? Gone. Bitch. You can put your hands down now, my guy.
You saved me.
I never thought it would be like this. What am I supposed to do?
You got the dog.
You're not alone.
Good boy. Oh, good girl, sorry.
She's saying.
If you ever need
Sugar.
help, come to us. The Nocturnal Detective Agency will always be at your service.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Dog moment. Does that mean we get a cat? Yo! Cat.
As promised, you can keep that cat here.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
want your help. That's what the cat is saying.
Come on, this cat thinks it's some sort of hard-boiled detective? Well, I suppose I don't mind.
This city is a difficult place to live, even for the animals.
You're also allergic, Alara.
I hope we can keep solving the mysteries here to make this city a better place. And make it a nicer place for them to live too.
I sincerely hope so.
You're so cold to humans that you like animals.
What's wrong with that?
Are you teasing me?
See, there you go again, making that scary face. Seeing you play with the cat, you look kinda cute. It sure would be nice to see more of that smile around here.
You're going to die.
I hope you keep using your powers to change this city. I know you can do it. For their sake, too.
Hell yeah.
That depends on the payment.
The payment is making sure the animals
Well,
are nice.
how's this? Consider it the reward for this case.
Milk.
And maybe you could ask for permission next time.
Thanks.
Yippee. Everyone's happy now. Yay. Wow, I actually had much... I actually had fun with that one. Okay, only Desahiko's was kind of mid as hell, because it was just a lot of talking and not a lot of thinking. But with that, that's the third one down. We've got two more. And by two more, I mean probably one good one and then lots of dialogue. I knew it was Jaren immediately. These aren't supposed to be like big fuck all solved cases, which is what I thought they would be, you know. I thought they'd be actual cases, but no, these are just, you know, little side stories, little 30-minute side stories that gives you a little bit of more information on what they did before, I think. I'm assuming this is before. But like, this is so sad, there's only 5 of them and it looks like there's enough room for a 6th one. But they never did one. But next time we'll be doing Viviers. So I'll catch you guys then.